This is Ben, Liam and Bell on Nova.
Well, g'day there, podcaster, and welcome to the Ben, Liam and Bell podcast.
Yeah, great show, this one.
Whoa!
I see what's happening.
Bell took Liam's line.
Liam was, I don't know what he was doing, but he had that, thinking face where he sticks his tongue out a little bit. And I was like, you are deep in thought, so I'll take over.
I come from a long line of tongue sticker outers when they're concentrating. Like, you can look at my family and you can see where that trait came from. Like, my grandparents do it.
It's very endearing, though, because...
It makes me seem, like, really dumb, right? Like, it's like a dumb animal's like...
The best thing
tongue's
is
hanging
if,
out.
like, someone higher up in the company comes into our office and you see Liam sticking his tongue out and typing with his four fingers like, and it's like, yeah, you got to sell this show.
You know what? And they do. And we, and we've been kind enough to share this space and say, hey, yeah, originally it was the Ben and Liam show, but we bring you into the fold.
On.
And what do I get? What do I get for it? I get called a goober.
I call you that off air anyway. I've been pointing this out for years.
I mean, you've just got to...
Anyway, I'm sorry. It's a great show, this one.
I think it looks
Liam.
hot, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
I think it's hot. I think it's a hot trait that you have.
Oh, I'll put it back out.
Oh.
Enjoy the show. Sure. Sorry, I know that sounded bad, but I was just talking with my tongue out, and that's how it sounds when you do that.
Ben, Liam and Bell.
It's not too late for a cheeky summer break.
Whatif.com has awesome deals for top Aussie destinations.
Plus all kinds of places to stay for your getaway.
Jump on the Whatif app to book your hotels, motels, holiday rentals and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10. Yep, it's time for the 610 quiz, as we always do at this time of the morning. Got 5 questions. You get them all right, you get to choose the next song we play.
Good morning to Luke in Wallen. What are you up to this morning?
It's on the way to work.
Did you watch the tennis last night?
No, too late for me, mate.
Very late. I mean, it only finished this morning. Andy Murray won his Australian Open match against Darcy Kokonakis after 4 a.m. Can you name any city in Scotland?
Ooh. Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Nailed it. We've also taken Glasgow, Aberdeen. Carol Baskin has claimed her husband, who she's accused of murdering, is in fact alive and well. Which TV show is she famous from?
Tiger King?
Carol Baskin. Jacinda Ardern, bit of a sad one. She's resigned as the PM of New Zealand. What colours are the stars on the Kiwi flag, Luke?
Red?
Luke, you are smashing it this morning.
Red hot. Here we go. The Victorian Taxi Association is blaming greedy drivers for steep fares. Can you name one taxi company in Melbourne?
Crown Cabs.
Which one, sorry?
Crown?
Oh, yep.
We'll take Crown Cabs. People are concerned about Nelly after he looked high on stage. I mean, is that a shock that Nelly's a bit high on stage? Hasn't Nelly been high on stage?
Isn't he like 50 though?
Well, yeah, I know, but he's still Nelly.
If you haven't seen the footage, he does look like he's aged a bit.
Yeah,
he's getting on.
He's getting high. He's just doing his thing. They're a bit concerned about him in Melbourne after footage from this gig has gone viral from last weekend. Can you finish these Nelly lyrics?
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
I am getting so hot. I want to take my clothes off.
Whoa, the delivery.
With such vigour.
Sounded like Nelly himself.
Wow. You're a sexy man. You're a sexy man, Luke.
I was hoping you'd do the high voice, but that was better.
Yeah. Like,
I'm
getting so hot. Ben, I was at your house last night and we were sharing stories, a couple of beers, and having some pizza. A jolly good time in anyone's book. And then I saw something that stopped me in my tracks. You've stolen from me.
I haven't stolen from you.
You have. You were using my stubby holder. A stubby holder very unique to me. How did my stubby holder from my house end up in your hand at your house?
What stubby holder?
The blue Padare Primary School one. Belle actually found it at an op shop. She gave it to me.
I
She knew
gave
that
you
was
that
my primary school. Yeah. So in no world, and it went missing like a while ago, and I was like, it's not because I like love ripping my primary school. It's just because it's like a really thick one. Like it's just good for.
It is a good stubby holder, yeah.
Wow, you agree, Ben?
I agree that it's in my house. Yes.
Is that why you took it?
I didn't take it.
Well, you literally like last night I was at your house and you were drinking a beer, and it was like I knew straight away. I was like, hang on. And the thing is, a stubby holder and a man share a sacred bond. And when you lend one out at your house, you expect it back. It's an unwritten creed as old as time itself.
Yeah.
I mean, the sheer nature of giving someone a stubby holder is because you're looking out for them. You don't want their hand to get cold and their beer to get warm. And you go, hey, I've got something to solve that. I've got a special cupboard here, and I only give this to the people that I care about.
You love your stubby
I
holders
do.
too, Liam.
I know. And it really upsets me when they go missing.
I admit that it used to be yours and it's now my house. I don't remember how it got there.
Oh, that's very convenient. Because I'm saying you broke that sacred bond. I'm saying you've stolen it on purpose. I think you like the thickness of the stubby holder.
I do.
And then you thought that might accidentally end up in my pocket and back at my house. And then you weren't betting on the fact that you would have me over for pizza one night, and you would have stolen it so long ago that you forgot that it was mine in the first place, and then you were flaunting my own property in front of me, Ben.
Do you want it back?
I mean, yeah, because now it's a trust thing. Like, what's next, My kettle, my TV, my fiance? Where does it end? What are you stealing next from me?
So you do want it back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Too bad.
Well, we're going to have to fight now, aren't we? We're going to have to...
Sounds like a pretty good one, actually, Ben. Can I have it?
Yeah, no. It's mine.
We're going to have to settle this like we used to, fighting on the lawn, having a roll on the kikuya after a barbecue.
Last night, it was the second ever longest game in the Australian Open.
You say last night, I mean, it was so long, it's literally this
True.
morning.
Very true.
Andy Murray somehow masters Kokkinakis in the greatest comeback of his career, in the longest match of his career.
I mean, it's hard to fathom. Murray, 5-set marathon against Thanasi Kokkinakis. It went for 5 hours and 45 minutes. Didn't finish till 4:05 a.m.
But looking at the footage of 4 a.m. and when it finished, it's still packed. It's still full. People stuck it out. They pushed through the night.
Did you go to the game? 13-24-10. Butch joins us now from South Yarra. Butch, you were there.
Yes, hi guys, good morning. I'm just trying to wake up right now, but I'll be one of those people who I wish I did stay for the entire match. I actually left at the end of the second set tie break thinking that Kokkinakis had it in the bag.
Yeah, annoying. So what sort of time was that, Butch?
Probably about 12:30, and I have to be up at 5:50 to be at work.
right.
Thank God I work from home, so of course...
Oh, lucky
Crazy
Butch.
news to wake up to.
When you were leaving, was there a flood of people leaving at the same time and you joined, or was it just you?
Probably. I wish it wasn't just me, but there was quite a few people that were leaving just to get food.
Yeah.
But then I think as I got to the taxi rank, there were quite a few people, but at the same time they were leaving Rod Laver Arena. But I think everyone would have had the same shock waking up to see all the news.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting point you made there, Butch, about people getting food. Like, if you're on the deep fryer, in the forecourt, are you having to work until the game's finished? Is that a part of your contract? Are they dishing out pizzas and that sort of stuff until 4 a.m?
Somebody else that was there was Joel in Collingwood. Good morning, Joel. Did you stay for the whole thing?
Yes, I did, because unlike Butch, I'm not a quitter.
Oh, yeah.
And like Kokkinakis.
Yep. Everyone knows that quitters quit.
Well, Joel, do you know, was a deep fryer still go until 4?
No, at the end it was just baguettes and coffee.
Wow.
And props to everyone working there. It was a tough shift.
Yeah.
And it's funny, when Kokkinakis looked like he was going to win in 3, and I knew Murray was going to come back, and I was chatting to some cops.
Yeah.
And when Murray took the third set out at about 2 a.m., who knows, last week, it seems like forever, they all went, there was a few 4-letter words because they knew they had to stay on and keep working.
Yes.
Yeah. And what's so Joel, are you having to go to work today?
No, so I'm free this week. I love
that's
the
all right.
Australian Open. I love getting out and doing it. And I was actually hoping it would go longer to break the all-time record.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, so Joel, that's interesting. So do you take the week off work just for the Australian Open?
Well, I've been going to the Australian Open since Boris Becker was getting around, since the mid-90s. And I used to go there we used to go there in high school, thing in school holidays.
Yeah.
Get autographs. So I've always been a big fan, and for probably 30 years now.
Yeah.
And that's the most memorable occasion ever. So props to Thanasi. He lost. Murray's just an absolute champion. That'll go down in history.
Yeah, for sure.
What a game. We've just got a call from Chris in Warragul. Chris, I believe you do have work this morning and you also stayed for the whole game. Is that true?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Oh, Chris, what are you doing with yourself? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty raspy on the voice at the moment with cheering so much. But yeah, I've got to head over to work for 7:30 in Traralgon, actually.
Oh.
So, Chris, have you napped at all?
No, I haven't. No.
What a punishment. Are you even allowed to drive at the moment? Oh,
yeah.
God.
There was no alcohol consumed, but there was a good Macca's run on the way home.
Yeah, good. Chris, you're not operating any heavy machinery for work or anything, are you? What do you do?
No, I'm a construction supervisor, so I've got a meeting in the office this morning, so it should be nice and cruisy.
All right, well, hopefully find a nice comfy spot under the table, mate. Have a bit of shut-eye.
Thanks, Chris. We've been doing this now all week. In fact, I think it was a bit last week as well.
Yeah. I mean, some would say way too long.
I think, we've well and truly burnt the toast, but there was discussions around Wednesday of stopping it, but we thought we can't stop halfway through. We have to keep going all the way to Friday.
You say discussions, Ben. It was our boss saying, please stop, and we said, no.
I think it's got more in it, you know? I think.
So Liam has really pushed himself, and he's got one more of these in him.
We've done Spam Smith, Tim Tam Smith, Ham Smith, Jam Smith, Yam Smith, and Lamb Smith. This segment is on its absolute last legs, so call us right now on 13 24 10 for tickets to Clam Smith. Ooh-wee.
Oh, dear boy. We have some clams in the studio.
About 20 clams.
Fresh clams. Well, I'm not going to get 20 in. They're still in the shell.
Interesting discussion, though, I think, that they're still in the shell because you could have de-shelled them and they'd be kind of a bit more slimy.
It would be a mouthful of slop.
You got the grillis knots.
But you're going to put the shells and all in your mouth.
Yeah, Imogen from Mount Eliza. You're a big Sam Smith fan?
Yeah, love him. He's so good.
Righto, I'm about to have a mouthful of clams. I'm going to sing one of his songs. And you have to pick which one it is, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many clams?
I think a fully grown man can only fit about 2 clams in his mouth
Yeah,
before he
that's true.
chokes.
Can you put one in and then try and push that one back and then put 2
You want me to choke on a clam? You want me to die?
Are you committing or not?
You want me to die for the Sam Smith tickets?
I think you could go 2 clams side by side and
Here we
put
go.
2 in.
3, 2, 1. Let's clam.
Oh, come on.
Liam just put 2 in his mouth and then pulled them out and that's it. What?
Instantly
you can't
gagged.
put them in your mouth?
What's wrong? What are you tasting?
Super gross.
Is it salty?
It's like, it just feels off. Where are these clams from? They're from a can?
Come on.
Are they canned clams?
Imogen's waiting.
Get at least one in there and keep it in there.
No. Okay.
Get it in there.
Yum yum.
Some clams.
Spam Smith all over again.
Chris doesn't want to go in there.
It's like a magic trick. He puts it in and it comes straight out.
Okay,
Go on.
here we go. Okay. Last one.
All right. This is why the
All
boss
right.
didn't want it. Come on.
Last one. You're so crazy. You don't see.
Imogen, do you know the song?
I know it's a Sam Smith song.
Yes. Do you know which one it is?
Could you sing a little bit more?
Come on, Liam.
Are you actually kidding me?
Go on.
Go on.
Not the only one.
Thanks for sitting through that, Imogen. Nice work.
Well done.
I feel like Imogen knew what that song was in the first 2 bars. She just wanted to clam punch me.
Well
You're
done.
heading along, Imogen. You have fun.
Yep, that was great.
That's the general consensus of the entire segment. Yep, wrapped it up nicely.
What's trending?
Trending all over the internet.
Twitter.
Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Well, yes, so a huge night of tennis. Last night we witnessed the second longest Australian Open game ever played. It finished at 4 a.m. this morning, and yes, it was between Thanasi Kokkinakis and Andy Murray. It was 5 sets in total and an absolute stunning game.
Andy Murray somehow masters Kokkinakis in the greatest comeback of his career, in the longest match of his career.
It did finish at 4:06. It lasted 5 hours and 45 minutes, but the longest Grand Slam final of all time was actually Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal. It lasted 5 hours and 53 minutes.
Oh, so it's close.
They were so close.
I tell you what, watching Murray, like he's been doing it for a long time. He's stumbling around. He's like the Scottish Terminator. I'm pretty sure he's got like a fake hip. Kokkinakis is young. He's bouncing around the court, and Murray just wouldn't die. Like, he just kept playing all night, and he's won again. I mean, how long is he going to go in this tournament? It's exciting.
And Alec Baldwin has been charged with involuntary manslaughter over the fatal shooting of Helena Hutchins during the filming of Rust. So this has been now passed. He's been charged with involuntary manslaughter. Did you guys know it's actually punishable for only 18 months in jail and an $8,000 fine, US?
Oh, I mean, it is a horrible story, but Baldwin's not seeing a prison cell.
No way.
Well, we're yet to see, because there's a few more steps to go through.
I can't see it happening though with his legal defence. Like, normally those sorts of people don't go to prison.
I think he'll be all right.
Well, this is one step closer. And finally, the Rolling Stones have joined TikTok.
Oh God. I mean, I love the Stones, but I don't need to see that. I don't need to see Mick Jagger's old wrinkly ass hitting the gritty, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, we're touring America! No cap! On God, on God!
That kind of makes you want to go see it, though.
Yeah.
I am going to look it up now.
A-O or A-O.
I'll have what she's having.
Yep, the way this game works is I have got 3 sounds. They'll either be from the Australian Open or they'll be from an adults-only film. You have to tell me which one it is. You get it right, you go on to the tennis. Belle and Liam do not know which is which, though.
Crystal in Melton, are you ready to compare the groans?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, you a big fan of tennis?
Yeah, I've been watching it only the last year.
Right.
So I'm new to the game.
And are you a big fan of adult films?
No.
Okay, all right. Well,
You
it
might
be
find this
tricky.
hard, then.
You might be a little difficult. All right, well, let's get the first sound.
I'm going to guess adults only.
You think this is adults only?
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
It's the tennis. Sorry,
damn.
Crystal.
Sorry, Crystal. Moving along to Emma in Geelong. Let's hear the next sound. I mean, that seems pretty easy to me, Emma.
No.
No, that's got to be adults
Emma, what do
only.
you think?
I'm going to have to say adults only.
It's 100% adults
I mean,
only.
normally this game, though, it's normally the opposite of what you
Yeah.
think. It's
I don't
pretty
know.
tricky.
Emma, I would back you in with that.
Emma, did you want to hear it one more time?
Yeah, let's hear it one more time. I'm backing myself in.
Yeah.
Adults only.
Yeah, good stuff, Emma. Trust your gut.
You'd have to be really happy with your shot to make that sort of sound.
All right, you have only got one more to go. One more grunt stands between you and those tickets to the tennis. Are you ready for grunt number 3?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Oh, that's a difficult one.
That's is it difficult?
I think that's a difficult
Oh,
one.
you reckon?
Yeah, there's like some extra sounds in that.
Yeah,
that for me, it's a bit of a giveaway.
Oh, really?
I
Hang
don't
on,
know.
wait,
I
can
mean,
we-
if you're
we
eagle-eared
go again?
viewers.
All right, get ready. I'm about to play it. You can listen closely. It's, I think, a few giveaways in the background.
Shiver me
I
timbers.
think that sounds like a female tennis player. I'm going to say Australian only.
Okay, Emma, that's okay.
You sure, Emma?
Yeah, I'm gonna say tennis.
Emma, again, are you sure?
I'll play it one more time.
All right, play it
one more time.
I think tennis. I still think tennis.
Emma!
It ain't
I'm
tennis.
sorry, Emma.
There's no danger of that being tennis. Maybe it's hard down the phone line, but listen to the podcast later. You'll get what we're getting at.
That means by default, Casey, you're heading along to the tennis. You win. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
No worries. For the record, did you think that was tennis or did you think that was adults only?
I was clearly adult.
Yeah, clearly.
Slapping was a bit of a giveaway. We've been playing a game over the last week called AO or AO for tickets to the tennis, Australian Open, or adults only. So you had to guess between the grunts, and obviously it was someone's job to look for these sorts of sounds. That was Brodie in our team, and because of that, he was having to visit some pretty interesting websites, shall we say, on the work computer. And we thought it would be a great idea if we got our mate Ryan to call Brodie and say, hey, look, there's a few red flags that have popped up in the tech team. We know what you've been Googling, and run through his history, read it back to him, just to see how he would handle a situation like that. Turns out he would start clearly sweating very profusely, talking very fast, and trying anything to say anything to get out of trouble.
This is the call. Please enjoy.
Hello, Brodie speaking.
Oh, hi, Brodie. This is Ryan. I'm Nova's head of internet security in the technology team in Sydney.
Hi, buddy. How you going?
Good, mate. So, mate, just wanted to check on a couple of things. There's been a few pings on my firewall. So your user account is looking very questionable of late.
Yeah,
it's a little awkward actually having a bit of a chat with you. But
yeah, we explained that. We were doing a segment on air that needed some sound effects of a very graphic nature, and so we needed to look them up, obviously, just to record them. And there is an email chain and audio evidence of doing so. But yes, thank you. Yeah, apologies for that. Yeah, I did flag it with our tech team here with Simon Kim, and I did have to have him unblock the firewall so we could actually access those sites. But yeah,
okay.
Sorry about looking up so much pornographic material on a work computer.
Yeah, because obviously you know that you are familiar with the terms of agreement you sign when you with your employment contract. So I just want to make you aware of that.
Yeah. Would you like me to put you on to my direct manager, Dave? He can explain the situation a little bit further if you need.
Yeah. I'll touch base with Dave after this. But did you need to go to all those websites like Xvideo and Pornhub, Pornhub.com?
Yeah, because we were getting graphic sounds for the material that we were using. So we need, I tried to find them elsewhere without visiting those sites, but it turned out that was kind of the only place I could do it.
Lesbian porn? Why lesbian porn?
Because we needed two girls.
Okay. Mate, just letting you know also because we've got the history here, and I'm just letting you know, okay? Because you've searched for images of boobs on Google. Was that appropriate?
Again, that was also something to do with what we were discussing a part of the show. My manager, Dave, can't explain it all, honestly. It's, apologies, mate, but please contact Dave and he can, I'm sure, explain a lot of it.
Sure, but obviously searching for images versus sound effects, you wouldn't get the sound effects from searching for boobs on Google.
Sorry, Brodie. It's Ben, Liam and Bell.
You're kidding me.
I've never heard a man sweat more. We put our mate... We put our mate Ryan up to this. He's done a wonderful job. He's actually in the sales team. He's got nothing to do with IT. But we just wanted to see what would happen when the pressure was on you,
Peter Charlton, our CEO, walked into the office as I had it on loudspeaker.
Brodie, I tell you what, I wouldn't want anyone from IT going through your personal phone or iPad. Otherwise, you might be in real strife. It might be harder to explain that one.
Ryan, mate, thank you very much.
No problem, guys.
Brodie, take it easy, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Mate, can you bring that Google image bar over here, please, for us? And right now, call us 13 24 10 if you've had a trivial dispute.
It's trivial. It's trivial. It's trivial disputes.
It's a big argument about something small. quite often you'll have them in your relationship, maybe the longer you've been with someone, you know, you're getting along really well 99% of the time, but then there's just like a little thing that you just can't drop, you know? For me, I was really excited. A few months ago, I ordered the Liverpool FC 1989/90 home jersey, Adidas Original, the Ian Rush era. I'm a bit of a Premier League guy. That's my sport. And I've always been tracking one of these shirts down in my size. Normally they're like smaller size because they're so old. And I was like, yeah, a little Christmas present to myself. I'm going to order it. Took months to come. And yesterday I opened the package and I thought, here we go. And I opened the little box and I got the kit out. And before I'd unraveled it past halfway, my fiance went, you're not wearing that. She was like, where are you going to wear that? To like the games or something? And I'm like, well, the games are in a different country, sweetie. I can't. I thought I would just wear it, you know. And she's like, no, that's disgusting. You're not going to wear that. And I was like, you do all this online shopping, all these like iconic things and like, whatever. And I just go, yeah, if you want to wear that, whatever. But like, why?
But valid point. Where
cool.
are you going to wear that?
No, it's cool.
Sounds pretty cool.
It's like a retro,
what,
kit.
you're just going to wear it out to the shops?
Wear it to work and stuff.
I don't know, but
don't wear it to work.
Where do you wear shirts?
Yeah,
it's not a shirt. It's a
wear
merch
it wherever
shirt.
I want it. It's not merch, okay? It's history.
It's like guys that walk around in basketball singlets, like they're
It's
actual
cool.
clothing. But no.
It's actually cool.
Sounds pretty cool.
Especially if you've got your favourite player on the back.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, I feel like it's a bit of a double standard. Like when we go shopping, if I try something on that I like, she'll go, no. And I just have to cop it. Like, I can't buy that item.
But it's
like
a reflection of your taste in clothing and fashion.
What happens, Belle, is then she'll try some fugly-ass shoes on, and I go, ugh, yuck. And she goes, you don't get it. It's fashion. And then she gets to wear it.
But then you clearly don't get it. You pick
Well,
ugly
I-
things.
I
You want to
think
walk around
I
in a
get
freaking
it.
soccer shirt.
Well, I
That's
get-
your fashion?
Well, everyone gets their own thing. I don't know. Or either way, it's a trivial dispute. A big argument about something small. If you've had one, 13 24 10, you can get in touch with Ben, myself, and Belle.
Yeah, the more trivial, the better.
It's Trivial Disputes.
If you're thinking to yourself, what is that? I mean, it's a dispute about something trivial, so just like a big argument about something small. Belle, you had one the other day.
Yeah, I had one with my partner also. So we went to the beach, planned a lovely beach day. It was that hot weekend, like 2 weekends ago, and it was going to be lovely. And then as soon as we sat down, we started just discussing if someone was drowning in the water, what the right thing in that moment to do if no one else was around. So I was like, okay, someone's out there and it's just us on the beach right now.
Yeah.
And my partner Luke was like, oh, you swim out to them. And I was like, no. You throw something to them, because if you swim out to them, they people in panic push you under. You should always throw something to them. And then he's like, oh, what would you throw? And then it went, I'm not kidding, half an hour, and it got so heated, and then the rest of the day we were just sitting there like, oh, well, I hope that person doesn't drown.
Yeah, that's a great example of a very trivial dispute. And for the record, Luke is 100% right.
No!
You'd swim out and save them. What are you going to throw to them, Belle?
Well, I said I could get...
fashion a rope from all the towels.
No.
Everyone, put your towels in a line. We'll tie them up and make some sort of rope.
No, so I said, because he said, okay, right now, what would you do? And we have a little beach umbrella. So I said, okay, well, I take the stick from the beach umbrella, swim out, and then stick out the stick to them so they can grab the stick.
You don't think they can pull you under with the stick?
No, because I could then swim and pull them instead of them pushing me head down.
All right, MacGyver. Michelle joins us now. Good morning, Michelle. What is your trivial dispute?
Oh, my goodness, you wouldn't believe this, but my husband is the master of trivial figglety. Everything is trivial.
Yeah.
So I live on a farm, and he's never been on a farm. He's a city slicker from New Zealand.
Yep.
And he knows absolutely everything. I go to feed the horses, and he says, oh, no, you can't put a whole scoop in. It's got to be 3/4 of a scoop. And I say, where's your logic? He's got no logic for anything. If you wind up the hose in the yard, you got to wind it up 7 times. Why is it 7? I don't get it. Why can't you just wind up the bloody hose?
No, it is 7. I think isn't the 7 rule, if you wrap anything 7 times around something, it won't undo.
I don't know.
Hey, once again, MacGyver.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Michelle, Belle knows that because she finds when she takes her rope to the beach, when she's wrapped it around 7 times, she can't save people who are potentially drowning.
It's Trivial Disputes.
It's just a big argument about something small. You might have had it with your partner, maybe a friend. Rowan in Sunbury, what's your trivial dispute?
Good morning. So my girlfriend used to get really, really agitated by me getting out of the shower on the wrong side of the shower.
What do you mean? Can you explain?
So I used to pull the shower curtain because it was just fast over the shower curtain.
Yeah.
I used to pull the shower curtain towards the wrong wall, and apparently that was cool.
Yeah, I get that. So my house doesn't have a shower curtain. It's got a screen, but I imagine if there was a curtain, that there'd be a certain way to go for sure.
Yeah, but were you getting out at the shower head end, or were you walking opposite end?
I was getting out at the shower head end, but I was pulling the curtain towards the other side of the wall.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, that is really
That's
stressful.
so weird.
So there is a system, Rowan. I can't. Sorry, seems like we've all got to side with your partner on that one. Amber in Mulgrave, what's your trivial dispute?
So I have a beautiful partner who likes to play a little with my OCD. And he likes to, he thinks that because you're going to use your teaspoon after making your coffee again very shortly, even if the dishes are all done, he thinks that the place for that to go is on the sink.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
how soon after are you using the teaspoon again, you know?
like probably a few hours, maybe that night if it's in the morning, but it's going to be at some stage that day.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Amber. If it's like 5 minutes later or within that same drink, then yes, put it in the sink. But if you're using it for a separate thing a few hours later, put it
Would
away.
he at least rinse the teaspoon off in some water, or will he put it all kind of milky and tea on the sink?
Oh, no, it's not rinsed. It's just sat on the sink. So it's not even inside the sink. It's just on that little tray section.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least...
Right in line of my view,
Yeah.
just to make sure that I can see it.
At least he's debagged, right? Like he's taken the bag off.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, he's not entirely a pig, you know.
What bag? What are you talking about?
The tea bag, Bill.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably could have used your powers of deduction to work that out.
Not a bean bag.
I don't know. In my head, we're making coffee. I don't know.
Tim joins us now in Frankston. Good morning, Tim. What is your trivial dispute?
G'day, guys. I've just been on a holiday with my partner, and she was staying in a hotel previously.
Yep.
And she told me the pool was 25 metres deep.
Yeah.
It's not 25 metres deep. It's 25 metres long. Well, no. We had a huge argument about it. I ended up calling the hotel saying, what is your deepest pool?
Yeah.
Their deepest pool is 1.5 metres by 25 metres long.
You would have thought so. You would have thought.
And she still thinks I've rung and asked about the wrong pool.
The detective work is beautiful.
That is insane.
That is a great trivial dispute, Tim.
And we've all had bad flights, but spare a thought for a Melbourne couple who had to put up with a horror flight.
Yeah, James and Kiara are their names. They were forced... I'm going to put a disclaimer on this if you're eating your breakfast. I still want to talk about it, but disclaimer, because it is pretty gross. They were forced to sit in a stranger's puddle of vomit on their flight home from Bali. They were flying on a budget airline. And what happened was the passenger behind them, when the plane was taking off, I believe, vomited. And it all went under their seat. So the passenger behind them vomited, went under their seat. So they're essentially sitting in it. Like, I can imagine the smell would be so...
heinous.
So bad. And then they said to the staff... can we move? And the staff said, sorry, there's nowhere for you to move to.
This is at the start of the flight.
Yeah, which I get. Let's be honest. If it's a sold-out flight, where are they going to go? That's fair enough, totally. But then they said, well, can we clean it up? And the staff said, we have nothing to clean it up with. And then, but they said, we do have these. And they had like wipes, like wet wipes. And they gave them to them for them to wipe it up.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh. You would be furious.
You'd be ropeable.
Especially if someone's coming home from Bali. I mean, that's a big Nazi goring number, you know? They've been drinking bintang for nothing else for 2 weeks.
And that's a 6-hour flight, and that happens at the start. Surely, isn't it the sympathetic vomiting? So
Yeah.
you smell it, and then you feel sick, and then you go, and the person in front of you. It's a chain reaction up the plane.
So the couple have asked the budget airline for a refund of the $1,800 they spent on tickets. And the budget airline have said they're in the process of making a decision on whether or not they'll be compensated.
They should 100% be compensated.
100%.
13, 24, 10. Budget airline horror stories. What happened to you? I mean, there was that shocker over Christmas. Remember when everyone in Melbourne, they were like getting ready to go to Bali. They got to Bali and then, the airline didn't do it right. So then they had to fly back all the way to Melbourne. Ben and I had a situation like that when we were coming back from Bali last year and we were living in Adelaide at the time. We got to Adelaide and then they were like, oh, yeah, it's a bit foggy. So then they took a hard right and we went to Perth and they didn't tell us until we were like, hang on, this flight's going way longer than it should have. And they were like, yeah, whilst everyone was sleeping, we had to make a landing in Perth and then we didn't leave the tarmac and we flew from Perth to Adelaide. So it was like double, because Adelaide to Perth is like the same as Adelaide to Bali.
I had a budget airline horror story. It was on my honeymoon last year. I was flying from a small town in Egypt called Luxor back to Cairo. And it was called Nile Air. That was their budget airline. But there was a bucks party on the plane.
Sick.
It was so rowdy, and I was so tired because we were like essentially on a tour for 16 hours, and I was so done by the end of the day after sitting in the airport for like 4 hours waiting for the flight. And then there was a bucks, and I was sitting next to the buck.
Oh.
It was so rowdy, and the captain was doing like shout outs to the buck.
Yeah, people just hazing him like.
You are also the worst person to be seated there, Ben. If it was
absolutely.
Liam, I feel like Liam would have just joined in and been like, "Hey, Bucks, yeah, come here."
Absolutely. Hey, have you got a budget airline horror story? If you do, 13, 24, 10.
Just talking budget airline horror stories this morning, I know, but 13, 24, 10 is the number after a Melbourne couple had to sit in some spew all the way home from Bali. No flight attendant could help them clean it up. They weren't offered to be moved into a different seat. I couldn't think of anything worse. Like, that would completely... You're doing all that unwinding on holiday, and then you're coming back, and you'd just be more stressed and grossed out than ever. Stacey in Altona Meadows, what happened to you?
I was on a flight from Brisbane to Melbourne, and I got on the flight, sat in my seat, and the tray table had, completely snapped off. There was no tray table.
Yeah.
My seat was broken. I had no armrest, and I was sat next to a family of screaming and vomiting children the whole way home.
Stacey, I have to wonder though, who was in your seat that broke an arm, broke the tray table? Is it a baby or what's the
Maybe
go?
it was the Veronicas. Remember they had that big fight on the...
Oh, that's a throwback.
Nice reference.
Hey, it's one for their heads. One for people who read Daily Mail 4 years ago.
Daniel joins us now in Thomastown. Morning, Daniel. Budget airline horror stories. What happened on yours?
So it was a 3-day work trip, and on the way up, the toolbox that I was carrying got put on the wrong flight. Didn't arrive till 2 days later.
Yeah.
And then on the third day, on the way back, the same thing happened, and it disappeared for 5 days before returning. So we missed a week and a half of the work.
You're kidding. So what did you have to do in the meantime? Just kick your feet up, or?
Spend thousands of dollars on replacement tools.
Okay. Not as good. Not as good.
No compensation whatsoever.
Oh, that's the worst. Hate that, Danielle. Jenny in Mount Evelyn. These are annoying calls, aren't they? Budget airline horror stories. What happened?
Yeah, my husband, daughter and I and my 81-year-old dad were flying from Brisbane back to Melbourne after a 4-day weekend with family. Apparently there'd been a storm and we got a call saying our flight from Tiger was delayed on the Saturday. We had to stay overnight. We then got a flight back and they told us that my father had to fly back 4 hours earlier on his own. They wouldn't let me fly with him, and it was my dad's and my birthday that day, and the compensation was they gave us a $20 voucher.
Yeah. That's what you get for strapping onto the Tig.
Are you the reason they went down, Jenny?
Yeah.
Are you the reason they suffered?
Yeah, there is a reason why that airline isn't around anymore. Lena and Romsey, last one. What happened to you? Are you there, Lena?
I can hear your indicator. Lena!
Lena's got stage fright.
Hello, guys.
Oh, it's okay. So did you lock up? Did you lock up, or you're good to go now?
No, I'm good to go.
All right. Whenever you're ready, tell us about your budget airline horror story.
Well, we had an amazing time in Bora Bora and then Tahiti. We all pile onto the plane, and we all noticeably felt the plane shift. Oh, that's a bit weird. Anyway, sit down. After an hour of just waiting in the plane, they tell us that there's something wrong with the wheel. So we all had to get off. We get to the airport, and after 8 hours of waiting, they told us that the tyre had gone flat from the weight of us, the passengers. And that they had to wait for a wrench to come
because they didn't have a wrench to change the tyre. The wrench was coming from Aratonga.
Oh, God.
After another, 7 hours of waiting, we finally get onto the same plane, and instead of coming to Australia, we had to go to New Zealand to wait for another flight, and that was like another 10 hours. So it took us like an extra day just to come home.
Oh, kill me.
That is awful. And that many hours in the airport. But you do worry if they take 8 hours to spot a flat tyre. You're then trusting these people to put you up in the sky and just fly internationally.
I like that not only was it like their fault and they had a flat tyre, they then called you all fat.
Specifically the people on the left side. Rows A to C are very obese.
No, the flight over was fine, but you've been really living it up in Bora Bora, haven't you, you chunkers?
Hey, 13 24 10. Give us a buzz right now, Melbourne, if you want tickets to go and see world-class comedian Kevin Hart. Give us a buzz, 13 24 10.
Alrighty, folks, it's time for the Ben, Liam and Bell meat tray.
Oh, it goes to the best caller of the week, and let me tell you, these are some of the thickest sausages I think I've ever seen.
And it's all thanks to North Essendon Gourmet Butchery. They pride themselves on quality and a large range of homemade gourmet products, including gluten-free and grass-fed meat.
Yeah. I can tell that's grass-fed.
Oh, yeah. You can actually see the grass in it a little bit still.
Yep.
Oh, no, sorry, that's just the parsley. Yeah, that they put on the top. That makes sense. Okay, well, before we get to our best caller of the week, we probably need to tip the hat to the worst caller of the week. By all means, this person can call through any time. We liked them as a person.
Lovely
just
person.
Didn't like the call necessarily.
Very poor delivery.
Yeah. This week it goes to Paul and Sandhurst. We were talking about bungling the engagement, and I think this call went for about 4.5 minutes.
So my wife, or my girlfriend at the time, didn't wear jewellery. It happened to be my father's birthday. That is area overlooking the beach and next to the pool.
This is a long story.
Sorry. They put a ring over, put it on her finger.
Oh, and a grandmother's ring.
No, I wasn't. It was the engagement ring that I bought. But I used to get the grandmother's.
Sorry, I got. It was pretty long, Paul. I got lost.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that, mate. Our best caller this week, the person walking away with the meat tray, called up and they confessed their fetish. It was Jamie in Rosebud.
I love the dentist.
Hang on, so you go to the dentist, ooh, get the plaque off me.
I love it. I love laying back and opening my mouth and that drilly noise. It's stimulating inside my brain almost, the noise.
Jamie, I think you've uncovered something in me as well. Yeah, no.
Jamie from Rosebud, you've won the Friday meat tray. Congratulations.
Thank you guys, but you don't go to the dentist from eating too much meat.
We can put some sugary snacks.
Yeah, sure. We can put some chocolate in there. We've got a special treat for you, but first we'll shoot over the meat tray. I'm just loading it in now.
You've just got to catch it. Okay,
it's coming.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Nice one.
Very good. Hey, have you had a checkup in a while, Jamie?
Not as much as I'd like to.
Yeah.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
An
Well,
expensive fetish.
yeah. If you'll just hang there for a second, let me put my gloves on.
Oh, don't Liam.
Let's have a bit of a drill.
Yeah.
Is that doing it for you?
Yeah. And now I'll try and catch the sausage.
All right. Okay, we better turn that drill off, guys, before we say something we shouldn't.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.